And back here on a Wednesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live, we already met Ken Galyean in here. Renate?
Correct.
Hey, I very seldom get that right. Y'all know,
Get
y'all are about to make me sick in here this morning.
Jamie, I've already got the solution.
Yeah, honey,
We've come to give you some counseling.
You're going to do this. Cut it out.
They're so romantic.
That's right. We've come to help
Y'all
counsel
just
you.
28, 29, 30 years ago.
Y'all been married that long or just together that long?
Which one is it?
We've been married 28 years. We've known each other 30 years.
Okay.
And still together?
Still
Very
together.
much, Jamie.
Did you start out being lovey-dovey like this?
We
and
were best
continue?
friends, and he would allow my boyfriends actually to pick me up at his apartment.
Get out.
Yeah, he was my best friend. I didn't have a love interest, but it
But
grew.
I mean, all the lovey-dovey stuff has been for 28 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 28 years.
And 3
She's
children.
my girlfriend.
And 3 children.
Now, Ken, how long have you been a minister?
15 years.
And you started going to Africa how many years ago?
In 95. So what is that?
What led
13
you
years
to?
ago.
13 years ago.
I met a young
Went to
black
Africa.
man from Uganda, Africa in 1994 in Dallas, Texas. And he said, you must come and bring the message of hope to our people. And I said, sure, right. And Christians most of the time say, we'll pray about it, but we're really saying, get away from me. I don't want to talk about it. But Lord wouldn't let it get off my heart. And one thing led to another. Started recruiting folks to go. 100 people wanted to go, but when we got ready to load the plane, 8 people got on. So I carried 8 rednecks from Morgan City and Georgia and Tennessee, and they all expected me to know what's going on, so they give me all their money. And I carried it to the bank on the first day, and I thought I was going to die on the sidewalk in Uganda. I had 2 big bags of Ugandan money, but had it hid all over my room. Didn't sleep much that week, but...
Now, when you go to Africa now you started going, how many trips have you made?
I've been going since 2004.
So y'all have made a bunch of trips. You going, how many this year? 6?
9
trips.
nine
This year
times
alone?
This year. But
Now, do you
7 of those will
are
be
you
in
staying in a
Africa.
hut out there in the middle of elephant?
we-
Can run right through it?
No, when we started, we stayed in the $6 hotel, and it was about $4 too much. But now we've learned if we can carry our people, put them in a nice, safe place to stay, get them a decent meal, we can work them as hard as we want to all day long.
Well, what do you do when you go? What do y'all do when you go?
When
over
you
there?
say work them, what does that entail?
All right, we recruit everyone from doctors, dentists, pastors, and we'll do a pastors conference. We always invest in the leadership. Renate does women's conferences, and she tries to train the women to help the widows and orphans in their communities. We'll have dental clinics out in the area. Those dentists will pull teeth right out there in the village. It's the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen. Our doctor, Dr. Kreider from over in Arab, went with me last year, and his comment was he's seen enough cases of syphilis, he may never have sex again. That's right. Right here on TV.
Now, what is this up here you have brought and
All
been
these
distributing?
necklaces.
Is this
Look,
stuff
as
people
you
can
see,
purchase?
we have them on. You can go to their website, callforafrica.org.
www.calltoafrica.org.
And these necklaces are actually made out of paper.
That the orphans make and widows make. And what we do is we purchase them from the widows that are taking care of the orphans, and I bring them back to America, and I try to raise the money that will help me when I get over there, buy pigs and goats to feed the children and allow them also to have school fees to go to school, and also shelter, because in Africa women are treated as if they're less than mud. They have no value in Africa. So what I try to do is I try to bring value to their life through sharing Jesus Christ with them and raising money through the sale of the necklaces.
I bet they love to see you coming.
They are so kind to me. I tell you, we have a shout that we shout to each other. We have a lot of fun together.
Now, won't sometimes people complain and say, why can't you help people out here as
We do,
opposed to
Jamie.
going over
We
there?
do, Jamie. I drive whenever I was going to Whitesburg, I would even drive the school bus that went out into the areas to pick up the children for church. We also reach our community, locally. We try to, now at our new church, we'll try to get involved and help. It's not about just going to Africa and helping, but in America, your most poorest person in America cannot touch the poverty and the need in Africa. So it's a cop-out to say we've got enough here to help out. We do, and believe me, my husband and I desire to help those in America. But my heart is to do what God tells me to do, and Africa needs people.
Well,
And you know, Ken made a very valuable or very interesting point about that, helping people here. They certainly don't have the opportunities that people have here that most of us just don't take.
Right.
That's right.
We're
Simple
lazy.
things we take for granted, like
Right.
growing a garden. You could take somebody over there, they say, well, what am I going to do if I go with you? We do everything from puppets, drama, skits on the streets, sharing the gospel. Just like next week I'll go to Uganda. We're going right up against the Congolese border, and we've rented the soccer stadium. We're bringing in 7 semi-pro soccer players from Nicaragua. They'll do a soccer clinic all week long during the day. We'll train pastors at a separate location. At night, we'll have an open-air crusade. On Thursday night, we'll have the semi-final match and the championship match. And during the trophy presentation, we'll present the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it's just a huge opportunity. They're so open to the gospel, and they've never really heard a credible
Are
explanation.
y'all afraid of getting AIDS, anything like that over there? That's a big deal in Africa.
Yeah, you can get AIDS at Walmart, man. You know.
I ain't gonna get AIDS at Walmart, I can tell you that.
Jamie, you were talking about earlier about the gay thing. A friend of
Walmart
ours.
you hanging out at?
AIDS, we know, is spread one of the ways through homosexuality. Well, we were just told by our African friend that was here that the big thing right now going on in Africa is that gays are starting schools to teach homosexuality to the African children. And because there's no education from us to teach them, if we don't raise the money to help those children, AIDS are going to be even worse than they are right now.
You know, one of the countries we work in is Botswana. It's one country north of South Africa, and it's the second most AIDS-infected country in the world. And what we do is we help train college-age Christians to go back in the senior secondary schools, the high schools, and they teach true love waits and hope in Jesus Christ. See, they're passing out condoms, and they've got the Bill Gates Foundation where they get the free antiretroviral vaccinations, but they see that AIDS infection is not going down, it's going up. So the truth will set you free is what Jesus said, and the proof is in the pudding is God's way is the only way to be protected. And the government has come to the church in Botswana and said, hey, will you help us? They realize that they're facing extinction if they don't have a behavioral change. You know, we can try to dance around the issue if we want to, but, you know.
All right, one other question here, then we'll get John up here.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah. How can people help you?
They can help us by getting involved through contacting us on our website, and I'll let Kenny tell you how to do all of that. And they can also, the number one thing that I ask people to do is get involved. Pray for us and get involved because we need you. And Ken, if you can do a better job.
Well, if you'll hold on to that, Ken, I've got to take a quick break here and get Johnny Lee up here. We got to talk about what we got going on at Easter at the new church y'all just joined, and we welcome y'all as new members down there.
Thank
you.
Driving from Arab, I mean, that's a long way.
Then we'll mention again the website.
Yeah, we'll do that. So let me take a quick break here on this Wednesday morning. 230-4988. Text my assistant, 603-4848.
Counsel him
We'll
before
take a
you
break.
leave.
Be right back. Y'all hang on.